headlines of this hour on VTV News. 33 new national treasures were recognized in 2024. And North-South high-speed railway, a groundbreaking investment for the future. In our world news, South Korea moves to arrest impeached president.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huynh Trân with the top stories. The Prime Minister has recognized 33 new national treasures in 2024, each holding significant cultural and historical value. These include ancient artifacts such as the Dak Sơn lithophone, which dates back 3,500 to 3,000 years, Dong Sơn ceramic pots, which date back 2,500 to 2,000 years, Vũ Bản and Dong Sơn bronze drums and jars, and the Lai Nghi collection of gold jewelry and animal-shaped agate beads. Among the historically significant items are 3 cars that once served President Ho Chi Minh. With these additions, Vietnam's total number of recognized national treasures now stands at 270. The government requests the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, local people's committees, and other relevant organizations to manage these national treasures in accordance with the provisions of the law on cultural heritage. Key transportation projects in the Mekong Delta are accelerating in early 2025 to meet scheduled completion dates. In Sóc Trăng, favorable weather has enabled contractors of package number 12 of the Châu Đốc Cần Thơ Sóc Trăng Expressway, component number 4, to speed up construction. The project has mobilized over 100 pieces of equipment and nearly 300 workers. Both investors and contractors will continue to work through the Tet holiday period. Site supervisors were assigned to work alongside construction teams to monitor progress, and similar momentum can be seen at the Đại Ngãi 2 bridge, where all parties are working diligently to complete final tasks before the closing deadline. The North-South high-speed railway project is Vietnam's largest infrastructure initiative to date, requiring a $67 billion investment. And after nearly 18 years of thorough research and planning, the National Assembly has given its approval. The project's implementation is deemed feasible, considering Vietnam's current economic scale.
According to the funding allocation plan, the project will require approximately $5.6 billion annually, accounting for around 16% of the country's medium-term public investment between 2026 and 2030.
This is a dream for many people, not only for me, but also for generations to come.
I think in Vietnam it's easy because you can go from north to south by one train. It's easy to do.
The high-speed trains will be designed to reach speeds of up to 350 kilometers per hour. Starting at Ngoc Hoi Station in Hanoi, the line will pass through 20 provinces and end at Thu Thiem Station in Ho Chi Minh City. Preliminary calculations indicate that the cost of equipment and facilities for the high-speed railway alone will amount to $34.1 billion.
We will need to gradually study and transfer technology and eventually take ownership of this technology. We will need to proactively propose policies that will help us build and develop a strong industrial machinery foundation for railways.
With proper training and good policies, Vietnam's railway sector will eventually master the technology.
The North-South high-speed railway represents a transformative upgrade for Vietnam's rail infrastructure after more than a century of development. The project is projected to boost Vietnam's GDP by nearly 1% each year.
The resolution on building regional and international financial centers in Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang will be officially announced this Saturday. Alongside this announcement, the Central Steering Committee and 2 local steering committees will be launched. At Thursday's working session, the city approved the establishment of a steering committee for the International Financial Centers construction and development, led by City Party Committee Secretary Nguyễn Văn Nên and 29 other members. The financial center is expected to drive Ho Chi Minh City's growth and development, enabling major breakthroughs in the coming years. This initiative presents an opportunity for the city to attract international investors and increase foreign direct investment (FDI) in key economic sectors. Now, at the close of Friday's morning trading session, the VN Index fell more than 8 points amid low trading volume, a pattern that has persisted in the market for several months. Now, to boost market appeal and transparency, Vietnam is taking steps to legally define and regulate stock market manipulation as a crucial measure for investor protection.
One of the securities sector's key priorities this year is strengthening market oversight through enhanced surveillance, inspections, and strict penalties for violations. The revised securities law, now in effect, clearly defines 6 types of market manipulation and outlines specific enforcement measures. Those who spread rumors or incite buying and selling in group chats to artificially inflate stock prices will face penalties.
They create chat rooms and hype up stocks, creating fake supply and demand. Once the stock drops, the chat room disappears. I believe legalizing this will enhance transparency.
Actions that mislead investors, such as groups repeatedly buying and selling the same stock or trading continuously within a session, have now been specifically defined as illegal forms of market manipulation.
Investors may be misled into thinking a stock is actively traded, when in fact, it's just a small group of accounts buying and selling among themselves without real transaction. This is a key factor that regulators use to determine manipulation.
The clear definition of prohibited actions and fraudulent behaviors in the law will provide a basis to carry out inspections and take action against violations.
The revised securities law also delegates specific responsibilities to organizations and individuals in preparing reports such as prospectuses and listing documents.
By meeting the conditions set by rating agencies, along with increasing transparency in the stock market, Vietnam aims to achieve its goal of upgrading its stock market status in 2025.
Vietnam's rice exports continue to break records in both output and revenue in 2024. This achievement helps Vietnam maintain its position among the world's top 3 rice exporting countries. Last year's rice exports reached an unprecedented 9 million tons, generating $5.8 billion, a 10.6% increase in volume and 23% increase in value. Vietnamese rice now reaches markets worldwide, with the Philippines remaining Vietnam's largest importer. The African market has also shown a strong growth in Vietnamese rice imports. And as reported, Vietnam's rice exports achieved impressive results last year, reaching over $5.7 billion, the highest figure ever recorded. The rice market in 2025 is forecast to be vibrant, achieving new records in both production, trade, and consumption, creating both opportunities and challenges for businesses.
Over the past 3 years, the average export price of Vietnamese rice has seen an impressive increase. Export turnover has also grown at double-digit rates. However, Vietnam's rice exports are expected to face more challenges in 2025 as global rice supply is anticipated to become more abundant.
Many rice-producing and exporting countries worldwide are making efforts to boost food supply, and India has also reopened its rice export market. As a result, the average export price of rice may fall below $600 per ton.
Export businesses and experts agree, while rice prices may decrease slightly as supply recovers, Vietnamese rice can maintain its competitive edge by focusing on quality to meet importing markets' stringent standards. This emphasis on quality will be Vietnam's key advantage in the upcoming period.
We directly partner with farming households and cooperatives, sending engineers to guide cultivation practices based on market demand.
In the coming year, the rice industry will maintain its focus on high-quality varieties while addressing issues like drought, salinity, and climate change in the Mekong Delta region.
We will conduct research on which areas are suitable for cultivating high-quality, high-yield rice. Less efficient rice areas will be converted to other types, such as worm rice, fish rice, or shrimp rice.
The increasing supply, competitive prices, and stable demand will benefit consumers while contributing to global food security. However, this also means fiercer competition in the global rice market, forcing businesses to adopt more flexible export strategies.
And before we move on to other important updates, let's take a look at the foreign exchange rates of today, January 3rd. Coming up next on VTV News. Prime Minister approves new education development strategy. And Ho Chi Minh City draws tourists with innovative attractions. The Prime Minister has approved the Education Development Strategy to 2030 with a vision to 2045. The strategy establishes education and training as a top national priority, essential for national development. The education system must undergo fundamental innovation, and since education and training serve the people, they must remain central to development, with the people as its driving force. The government will ensure everyone has access to educational opportunities. The education sector will modernize through international integration and the adoption of scientific and technological advances. The strategy includes specific goals, tasks, and solutions for each educational level. And overall, its primary aim is to nurture morality, build character, and maximize the potential and creativity of every Vietnamese citizen. This will help build the foundation for a prosperous, civilized, and democratic nation. On Thursday afternoon, $1.9 million was funded to Dien Bien province to implement the Eliminate Temporary and Dilapidated Houses program, sponsored by the Vietnam National Petroleum Group. This year, Dien Bien province aims to eliminate about 6,000 temporary and dilapidated houses for low-income households as part of a nationwide effort to eliminate temporary houses and dilapidated houses nationwide before December 31st, 2025. Dien Bien province commits to managing, allocating, and using the supportive funds to support those in need. Now, after 2 days of implementing Decree 168, which increased penalties for traffic violations, traffic police nationwide have detected more than 25,000 violations. Authorities have detained 8,300 vehicles and revoked more than 4,200 driving licenses. The main violations include running red lights, entering prohibited roads, driving on the wrong side of the road, speeding, stopping and parking in unauthorized areas, and alcohol-related offenses, with more than 6,000 cases involving the latter. The number of red light violations dropped significantly 2 days after heavier traffic fines were enforced. This highlights the effectiveness of higher fines and stricter enforcement in promoting traffic discipline. More in the following.
At the intersection of Phạm Hùng and Mễ Trì streets in Hanoi, traffic remains busy, but a noticeable change is evident. Vehicles move in order. The once common sight of motorbikes and scooters Blatantly running red lights or driving against traffic has disappeared. However, some violations persist.
I used to think stopping at a red light was enough, but now I realize it's important to stop before crossing the line.
Such misunderstandings are common, and red line violations remain a key issue during the early days of implementing the new decree. The updated penalties are steep. Fines range from $150 to $240 for motorbikes and $700 to $800 for cars. While the hefty fines aim to deter violations, many cases stem from factors beyond the driver's control.
Sometimes, running a red light isn't the driver's fault. For example, the green light might have 15 seconds left, but it suddenly changes to yellow and red.
The Traffic Police Department has urged local authorities to review and synchronize traffic light systems. Outdated or manually controlled systems during rush hours contribute to these unintentional violations.
The system isn't fully synchronized yet. We focus on reminders for unintentional errors. However, intentional violations caught on camera will be strictly penalized.
To ensure fairness and accuracy, traffic police rely on surveillance cameras and recording equipment to document violations, as the absence of enforcement in certain areas still leads to occasional red line violations. However, with stricter monitoring and better awareness, compliance with traffic laws is steadily improving, paving the way for safer roads across the city.
After 4 months of piloting sidewalk fee collection, nearly 360 businesses in Ho Chi Minh City have registered, generating nearly $40,000 in revenue. Registration and payment are processed online through the mobile app. More to follow.
Trin, a cafe manager in District 1, said her businesses faced numerous challenges before the model was introduced. Now, using the mobile app to register and pay the sidewalk fee has made her work more convenient.
I find that it saves time and money for the cafe, making the business more efficient.
My restaurant has paid for 6 months in advance to make things more convenient.
With the goal of eliminating the need for paperwork and cash, the software integrates the use of chip-enabled ID cards to enhance residents' convenience.
The software is accessible on both low and high-end devices. The data is monitored in real time by the People's Committee of District 1, with statistics available on a digital platform, ensuring transparency.
The sidewalk planning not only ensures consistent management, but also leaves a positive impression on tourists.
Yeah, the sidewalk coffee is really cool. It's very safe, it's very clean, and the culture's amazing. You hear lots of really cool conversations, and you can watch the world go by, all the motorbikes and cars, and the buzz of Saigon City.
District 1 plans to expand its sidewalk fee collection program to additional streets, enhance the mobile app, and implement a campaign to ensure consistent adoption among both residents and businesses.
Ho Chi Minh City led Vietnam's tourism sector in 2024 with 44 million visitors and $7.5 million in revenue. The city also earned several prestigious awards, including a Best Festival Destination, Top Destination in Asia, and inclusion in the top 25 must-visit places in 2025. Now, despite economic challenges, the city's tourism sector has focused on diversifying products and also strengthening its international brand.
Business conferences, MICE tourism, along with cultural, historical, medical tourism, and local cuisine, will continue to be key attractions in Ho Chi Minh City in 2024.
We introduced many new tourism products. The company's revenue in 2024 increased by 20 to 30% compared to the same period last year.
In 2024, Ho Chi Minh City welcomed 6 million international visitors, a 20% increase from the previous year. This achievement stemmed from the city's efforts to strengthen regional partnerships, foster connections between tourism businesses, and improve both services and destinations.
By investing in high-quality tourism products, Ho Chi Minh City can attract visitors who stay longer, spend more, and enjoy a wider range of experiences.
Ho Chi Minh City's tourism sector has played a key role in the recovery and growth of Vietnam's tourism industry in 2024, leading the way in research, innovation, and the development of new tourism products, as well as promoting activities to attract more visitors.
In 2024, Ho Chi Minh City's tourism made up 1/3 of Vietnam's total visitors and revenue. The city aims to attract 8.5 million international visitors and 45 million domestic tourists, with a revenue target of $10 billion in 2025.
Coming up next in our world news. South Korea moves to arrest impeached president. And investigators say a suspect in New Orleans car attack acted alone. Now moving on to our world news, South Korean investigators and police entered the residence of impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol on Friday morning, marking the first time authorities have attempted to arrest a sitting president. Investigators face difficulties navigating the heavy security barriers surrounding the residence to execute the arrest warrant. A crowd of Yoon's supporters gathered near his residence further hindered their efforts. The Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials must execute the arrest warrant by January 6, following allegations of rebellion and abuse of power stemming from Yoon's imposition of martial law on December 3, 2024. The FBI has identified the suspect in the New Year's Eve car attack in New Orleans, Louisiana, that killed at least 15 people and injured dozens. The suspect, 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar, died in a shootout with local police. The FBI reported that Jabbar acted as a lone wolf drove from Houston, Texas to New Orleans on the night of December 31, 2024. In the early hours of January 1st, he posted 5 videos on Facebook declaring support for ISIS. Police also found weapons, explosives, and an ISIS flag in his vehicle. The FBI has found no link between this incident and the Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas on January 2nd, which left 1 dead and 7 injured. Wholesale gas prices have surged to their highest level in over a year after Russia halted gas supplies to Europe via Ukraine. February 2025 gas prices in the Netherlands rose 4.3% on Thursday. The EU is coordinating with member states, especially the most affected countries of Austria, Slovakia, and Moldova. In Moldova, the gas supply cut has caused power outages, affecting hundreds of thousands of residents. Europe's gas reserves hit their lowest point in 3 years by the end of 2024, and this price increase is expected to increase inflationary pressures. The gas transit agreement between Russia and Europe through Ukraine has expired, with neither side willing to extend it due to the ongoing conflict. AI is widely applied in healthcare across many countries. AI applications not only improve diagnosis and treatment, but also optimize hospital management, drug research, and remote healthcare. Currently, about 52% of hospitals worldwide have implemented AI technology to varying degrees. The global AI healthcare market is expected to grow from $28 billion in 2024 to $188 billion by 2030.
New AI software is helping doctors in the UK analyze brain scans of stroke patients to more accurately determine the time of the stroke and assist in making treatment decisions. The software addresses 2 major challenges in assessing stroke patients: determining the onset time and whether the damage is recoverable. Dr. Paul Bentley notes that the new AI software is twice as accurate as the current method.
It means that about 50% more patients will be treated appropriately with the right treatments in the emergency situation, those treatments being either a clot-busting drug.
In France, AI has reduced the use of chemotherapy for breast cancer patients. Instead of analyzing biopsy samples under a microscope, doctors simply click on a computer. The AI software helps diagnose the progression of the disease.
AI helps us save time and detect cancer with higher accuracy and at earlier stages. It helps avoid chemotherapy for patients who don't need it yet, thus preventing the side effects of the medication.
AI supports doctors in complex surgeries by enabling precise, less invasive procedures, reducing risks and recovery times. It analyzes patient data, aids in hospital management, and helps monitor patients remotely. AI also addresses the global shortage of healthcare workers, estimated at 10 million by 2030. While it has great potential to improve care, it requires expert oversight to ensure safety and effectiveness.
Now, as usual, let's take a look at the weather forecast for Vietnam and some other locations around the world. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.